Bust down rolling for the hell of it. It's my time to shine, spotlights is my element. Fuck a plain Jane, don't insult my intelligence. I don't plan on selling it, so I don't see the relevance. You niggas having pawn shop nightmares. I'm light years ahead of niggas, even on a light year. Dom Perignon stain the laces of my night ears. Born poor, but I'ma die rich, nigga, life's fair.
Jive was like, this is your record. Like, this is your record. You guys own more of this record. Like, in principle, we didn't own any of it because he bought it all out. Right. He paid it all out. He didn't want no publishing. We didn't own our publishing anyway. So what the fuck we want publishing on a record that we not gonna get paid for any fucking way. We had sold our publishing when we signed for 50 grand. That's a whole other, other thing. Yes, that's a whole other thing. So for us, we didn't give a fuck about no back end public. We never gotten a royalty check. I've never gotten a royalty check from Jive Records to this day. I'm technically still $2.5 million in the hole, maybe 3.
Wow.
Holy shit. But I'm a legacy act, so in 2.5 years, my slate gets clean.
You got 7 years, 7 years almost.
They never got money.
But it would be now, but we took money after a certain point. We took more money from the label after a certain point. So we were still actively operating under the license with the record company. This legacy clause typically exists for people who no longer make music, for rights to revert.
Right.
But because we were still actively taking money, it put like a year thing on it. Because we took money, I think, because it was everybody that before 2000, right? We were recorded before 2000, but we were still actively recording with the company till 2007. Damn. That was the last time we got a check. So for us, there's a 7-year window on top of it. So I think I still got to go to like 26 or 27. So and that's also when the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame eligibility comes up too.
Ah, nice.
Oh, dope.
Nice, yeah.
I'm hoping that's a great year for Rights Reverting is a good year. Just being nominated. Induction, I'm not sure, but just being nominated.
Congratulations ahead of time.
Thank you.
Is that why y'all dropped the double album in 07?
No, we dropped the double album because, again, this was Pimp coming home from prison, and we just put together so much music because we hadn't recorded together in almost 5 years.
Gotcha.
So we just went in and just recorded, and the more we did, the better it started to sound, and it became more and more cohesive. And it was just like, man, we got to, all this shit got to go on. Like, we got to put a lot of shit on the album, man. And we wanted to give people a lot of music from UGK because they had been waiting for a long time to hear music from UGK. So we just tried to hit them over the head with as much of that shit as we could give them. And that album debuted #1 on the Billboard 200.
Wow. Yeah, that was a big album.
And he passed right after.
International players anthem. They got a record with Talib Kweli on there.
What was to achieve such a level of success? Finally, #1, everybody's pop the champagne. Look, you did it, getting all these cheers, and then to experience that right after.
It made it sweeter, quite frankly, because he had gotten the admiration that his talent deserved.
He got his flowers.
Yes. Again, having created, because again, this is all Pimp. Like the direction, like Pimp is producing the majority of the music. If he's not producing it, he's co-producing it with people. He's mixing every record. He's mastering everything. I come in, lay my verse, I bounce. You know what I'm saying? He lives and breathes all of that shit. And we didn't get like full control of how our music was presented until Riding Dirty. When samples didn't clear contractually, they didn't even have to contact us. In our contract, they had the right to reproduce our music if the sample we presented didn't clear. So when I got the final version of my album, there were 3 songs I had never heard in my life.
Wow. That's crazy.
And there was nothing we could do to that. 1-900 Bun B. I think there's a version of Tell Me Something Good that we didn't produce. And there's another record, but I don't really listen to those records. They don't mean to me what they mean to everybody else because they never heard the real version of those albums. Super Tight was supposed to be a double album. Pimp wanted to do a double album where one album was him on some Pimp shit, which was going to be centered around music sample from the soundtrack of the Mac. My album was going to be about some gangster street shit with most of the cultural cues coming from Scarface. Because that was how we looked at ourselves, you know what I'm saying? That's why there was never any real overlap with me and Pimp. Me and Pimp ain't dress alike. We ain't had the same haircuts. We didn't like the same type of women. We didn't hang with the same type of dudes. None of that shit. But it was us though. It was always us because you didn't have to put me and Pimp in the studio and we come out with an album. Period. We don't need nobody else. We chose to have niggas around us. But Pimp was a different type of dude into different shit that I wasn't into.
Well, being so
different.
We didn't even
different. What made you guys come together in the first place?
Nobody wanted what we wanted more than we did. We were part of a collective of dudes that all swore they wanted to do this. And one by one, everybody dropped off. Everybody swore this was their dream. And we woke up one day and it was literally me, Pimp, and Bird, the only niggas that still believe in making music. And that's what we did.
It was four y'all at one point, right?
Nah, it was 4 niggas in a picture.
Oh, okay.
It was 4 niggas in a picture. No disrespect to Ron Forrest, because he was the homie, but he wasn't a group member.
Right.
There was another group member, but he chose to go to college, but he was still an extension of the group, and that's Big Mitch. Because Big Mitch is actually the dude that came up with the name Underground Kings. But nah, I mean, we just realized that nobody was in this like this but us. And so from that point on, regardless of who I had around me or who we had around him, it was us. Them niggas ain't have no say-so in what went on between me and him. You know what I'm saying? I protect him from my people. He protect me from his people. Not in the sense of doing shit, but no, man, that ain't how Bun B get down. You know what I'm saying? And I'd have to be like, man, that ain't what Pimp, that, you know, shit like that. So we knew that only we cared about what we were doing in that way. I ain't had nobody I could go to and talk to about my record contract is fucked up and I gotta get revisions and all this type of shit and try to, reclaim my publishing. What the fuck them niggas know about? They don't know nothing about that shit. So it don't make no sense to even go to niggas like that, because them niggas think you living the dream. You know, now we was honest about, hey, we ain't making no money, nigga, but you can't really get into the nuance of it because niggas wouldn't understand anyway. And so we just, we knew for good or bad that we were down with each other to get where we were going from A to B. Now, he's got ideas of how he wants to go and I got ideas about how I want to go. But we know where we going and we going. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we just we'll figure it out and just get in the car. We'll figure it out on the way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
Now, why sign that contract? You said you got 50,000. They took your publishing.
Yep.
Why sign that contract?
Again, you think that when you sign a record deal, right? Because I'm young. I'm about to turn 19. Pimp's 18, and you don't know the horror stories, right, about the industry. You don't know, like, how, quite frankly, how sneaky and devilish and underhanded it is. Right. We signed to Jive Records, and it was the biggest moment of our life. We were 2 dudes from Port Arthur, Texas, the town with 50,000 people, and here we are in New York City at Jive Records, the home of Too Short, Houdini, you know what I'm saying? Tribe Called Quest, and all our dreams is finna come true. We don't understand. No, because we don't understand that it's a negotiation, right? We think you signed we don't know that, because I'd never signed a contract to anything. I'd never had any type of extended obligation to anything at that point.
Right.
I just assumed everything that I needed in the contract was going to be in the contract. Right. We had a lawyer. You pay the lawyer does what they're supposed to do, and everybody gets a good deal. And I have never seen, a more horribly constructed contract than my contract. Like, my contract had a clause that when one of us died, the other one could go get another nigga and bring him in and keep the group going, but at a 3-point reduction.
That's crazy.
If a nigga died, to go to jail. And so when he got locked up, they asked me if I wanted to exercise the clause.
Wow.
That's wicked.
With a 3-point reduction.
Yeah.
Oh, the name of the label is Jive.
Good job, Chuck.
No offense to y'all, but I always wondered about that. I know what Jive mean. Like, why they name the record company Jive?
Well, we signed the contract. We went out, we sat in the room, we signed the contract, and we was trying to keep it cool. And we went out in the hallway, and we was like, yes, nigga, we made it. And then here comes KRS-One down the hallway.
Oh,
Chris Parker,
Jesus.
one of the greatest niggas ever.
Shout
to
out
be
to
a part of
KRS-One.
this culture, not just an MC, to be a part of this culture, a representative of this culture. Very few people have sacrificed, and I want this to be said. Very few people have sacrificed more than he has for the culture. Mm-hmm. Let's just make that clear. Especially in this 50th year, I want to make that clear. And we see him, and we're like, yo, KRS-One, what's up? We UGK, we came up here to sign. Y'all signed yet? Like, yeah, we just signed just now. Fuck. Shit. Good luck. Good luck, my brother. Good luck, my brother, and walked off.
Damn. Wow.
And we went from thinking we just had the greatest moment of our life.
This nigga rained on your whole parade.
But it was
real though.
It was a reality check that we needed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
God knows how long we would have been operating under ignorance had he not
right then
and there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I thank you for that.
What was your immediate reaction to him doing that? Susie
Like,
goes,
what have we done?
It's all around. Look around you, man. You can find inspiration. You can find discouragement. It all depends on you. Perception is everything. Some people just hear another song. Some people hear the greatest. A nigga used to have no chill. Nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway.